My friends, welcome to another live stream here with me, the Suppoman, your superhero of 100 to 1000x gains. In this video, I am going to be blowing your mind about how you can 100x your portfolio investing in simple meme coins. Now, what do I mean by that? I've just realized that I put my tweet out to my previous stream, so I am now going to have to reshare this over to the good people of Twitter. But this is a video that I imagine is going to blow your mind. Why? Because this is going to be giving you a simple explanation as to why times have changed and how you can capitalize on that. So now this is shared over to the Twitterverse, and now I can carry on playing this epic retro game, which is Bibble Bobble, or Bubble Bobble. And this explains my concept about simple meme coins. So, this is a Nintendo game. I'm playing it on the NES, right? And this is a simple idea that ended up being one of the biggest Nintendo games in history, right? And this perfectly exemplifies my example, right? So in this, all you do is just literally put your enemies into a bubble, and then you consume them in the form of food. And then that's it. And then you complete the level, right? Simple as anything, right? And this explains meme coins, right? Back in the day, and I have been in cryptocurrency now for 8 years, investing in every single type of cryptocurrency you can think of. Layer 1s, supply chain, DeFi, gaming, privacy, all of them. I've invested in all of them. IDOs, launchpads, ICOs, everything. Right? So I know my stuff when it comes to cryptocurrencies. Right? I know how times have changed and how you have to adapt with change. Right? So, right now, we're living in a time where you don't have to invest in Dogecoin, and Dogecoin was a cryptocurrency, the oldest meme coin that exists, right? And where Dogecoin has utility is that it's the first kind of novelty cryptocurrency, right? A cryptocurrency that has no real intrinsic value, right? It's just a dog, right? It's just a pure meme, and that's what it is. And it has become one of the biggest coins in history. But it's led the way now. Now we're living in a time where all sorts of people can just create their own meme coins. And that will range from the developer's brain, whether that be an intelligent developer or a stupid developer. And somebody who is intelligent will be able to recognize where the value is. And the value is simply in being as simple as possible. All right? Simplicity is the highest form of mastery. If you can make something simple, then the masses will come. That explains how the likes of Shiba Inu has done well, and now we've got the likes of Fart Coin doing well. A ridiculous coin, really, if you think about it. But it's simple in nature, and it's worth over $1 billion. Fart Coin. It has no real utility. Like, if you actually look on CoinMarketCap, it's all about every time you buy it, it emits a fart or something like that. I don't know. But it's stupid, right? And yet, it's $1 billion cryptocurrency. A coin called Fart Coin, right? And that's showing you how times have changed. You don't need to be overcomplicated. You don't need to invest in DeFi protocols. You don't need to invest in security-based cryptocurrencies, AI, that may be difficult sounding or a difficult concept, right? Now, you can invest in the simplest ideas, and the simplest ideas are potentially the most valuable ideas. Jesus! It's actually harder than I thought it was. But still a simple game. And what I've found is that recently I'm investing in ideas. Right? I've invested in Fuck 9 to 5 because that is a great idea. Simple in nature. Right? All it is it's investing in a cryptocurrency that should take you out of the 9 to 5 because it becomes successful. You become rich with it. You don't need to work a job anymore. And if you were early in Fuck 9 to 5, then you have made already, without Fuck 9 to 5 even being a $1 million market cap, a huge amount of money. Ass! Simple idea. It's all about ass. That's it. Nothing more than that. All I want to see is pictures of ass. As long as I see that, it's doing its job. It's simple in nature. And as you can tell, people are gravitating towards it. Now, my best ever multiplier in crypto history was a simple coin. Tits! 2000x. And all that was just a coin that posted pictures of tits. And that was it. Do you celebrate tits or not? And if you do, then basically, you made a lot of money. And now, things are getting even more ridiculous. You've got cryptocurrencies such as a coin called Useless. You've got a cryptocurrency called Housecoin, right? Now, Housecoin went up to 80 million market cap. Why? Because there are complicated... Hold on a minute. There are complicated RWA cryptocurrencies. So you've got things like Centrifuge and Ondo and Goldfinch. And you're just kind of thinking, yeah, this is tech stuff, you know? Who's going to be really buying these, right? The people who are going to be buying them are the VCs, right? The VCs that have put mega money into these cryptocurrencies, right? And they are going to be the ones that ultimately prosper more than the average retail investor, right? So, how do we put power back into our hands? Well, that is by investing in an RWA coin that's got normie appeal, which is what Housecoin is. So instead of having an RWA coin where you have, you know, a tokenized exchange where you can buy real estate and luxury cars and all that kind of thing, instead buy Housecoin, because you can buy one house with a Housecoin, or at least that is the intended, you know, that's the intended intention of it, is to make RWA very simple to the normie investor. Instead of that person having to invest in a tokenized exchange, fuck it out. Then what they're actually doing is they're investing in a meme coin that actually has exposure to the RWA trend, right? And that's why I like Housecoin, right? Fuck 9 to 5, right? That is the equivalent of SPX 6900, but much lower in market cap, right? So again, you know, if you're early to these things, like if you're early in Fuck 9 to 5 and all will retire, you have the opportunity. Fucking hell, how do I get down to these these fruits now? Then you have the opportunity to ride an SPX 6900 kind of cryptocurrency in terms of, you know, belief system, mission statement from its low market cap and make a huge amount of money. And what I've seen is that the cryptocurrencies all retire and Fuck 9 to 5 have already made big money for early investors, right? Because they're simple to understand, and they've got a mission statement that resonates with the normie person, right? Because everybody wants to leave their 9 to 5. Everybody wants to get out of their job. Everybody wants to, you know, stop doing work for the big man, you know, for the boss. They want to be their own boss. And so Fuck 9 to 5 perfectly encapsulates that belief system, that philosophy. I've gone into a new cryptocurrency today, which again, it has a very similar philosophy, right? It is called low cap. Why? Because I am a low cap investor. I see low cap as a philosophy coin, right? A cult coin. Because everybody is investing in the large caps. Look at the big YouTubers. Look at, you know, Altcoin Daily, No BS Crypto, House of Crypto. All of these guys are like saying, oh, get into Ondo, get into Aerodome, get into Render, get into these humongous cap cryptocurrencies, right? Because that's the thing to do, right? That's making the people, the VCs, happy. Because they're the ones that are majorly invested in these big coins, right? If you are investing in Render, then you're making the VCs happy because they got into those super early. But if you're getting into low cap, which at this point is, well, last I looked, it was about 100k market cap. If you're getting into that, that is an up you to those people investing in those big cap coins that are going to make a 5x. And you've got YouTubers saying, oh, the next 100x coin. It's not going to happen. You're not going to 100x with the likes of Ondo, Render, Chainlink, Hedera Hashgraph, or any of those. Even though I'm a humongous investor in Hedera Hashgraph, Like, my personal favourites are cryptocurrencies that are a big up you to the man. Because now we're living in an age where cryptocurrencies are slightly institutionalized themselves. We used to be back in an age where if you were in the crypto market, you were a degenerate. You were against the traditional finance system. But now we're in an era where even in a degenerate system like cryptocurrency, there are powers that be. There are the big VCs, the TradFi investors getting into cryptocurrency, and they're the ones making the big bucks because they're being given the deals on these, Ondo and all of that at very, very early stages. I'm going to start from the beginning. And so all the retail investors are shut out. So the retail investors' opportunity to be in early is to get the low cap cryptocurrencies. And low cap is a phrase I have termed myself. Low cap. That's what I get into. I don't get into high caps. I don't even get into mid caps anymore. I like to invest in low cap cryptocurrencies that can make your money travel far. And so low cap basically incorporates my personal philosophy. Right, so that's a new one I have added today. Now, it's degenerate. I don't know what's going to happen with it. I don't know who the founder is. I don't know any founder, actually, personally. Any of the cryptocurrencies I'm invested in, I don't know the founder personally. Having said that, at the same time, there is a degree of trust because this person actually came from my community. And they said to me, you've inspired me to create this. And normally, when I see a cryptocurrency like that, I'll be like, nah. But it's called low cap. It's simplistic. Low cap, that's it. That's all it is, right? And it will continue to be a low cap until it gets 250 million market cap. Because low caps are cryptocurrencies that are 250 million market cap or below. So it's not one of your billion-dollar cryptocurrencies. It's a small cryptocurrency and will continue to be for a very long time. It's going to take a long time for 100k market cap to get to 250 million. So it's got a lot of longevity in it, and it represents the coin that it is for a long time. And that, to me, is the perfect meme coin. Now, there are other meme coins that are even more simple than that. So only the other day were there a few cryptocurrencies coming out. One was called Useless Coin. And it had viral potential purely because it's useless. It does nothing. I remember back in 2017, there was a ICO called Useless Utility Token or something like that. Useless Ethereum Token. I can't remember what it was called exactly. But it got such attention, even in 2017. Just because it was useless, it did nothing. It was meant to stand against the cryptocurrencies that have utility. It was meant to prove that you don't need to have utility to be a viral coin, to have actual appeal, right? Because that's what YouTubers will make you think these days. They'll make you think that you need to have some kind of super duper utility to be relevant or to have any kind of value. And a coin like low cap is showing you don't need that at all, actually. So that's why I like low cap. It's just simplistic, right? Low cap, that's it. There are a couple of ones the other day. When I saw how Useless Coin was doing, there are a couple of others I saw the other day that I thought, you know what? This has the same kind of appeal. One of them was in my stream. Somebody actually brought it up in my stream. It was called Simple Coin. I didn't think it was that great at the time. But if you think about it, it is just simple. It's a coin, simple. Simple token. It's just a token. Has no utility, promises nothing, has no intrinsic value, doesn't even have a website. It's just got a Twitter page, a Twitter community. That's all it is. It's just simply a token. It exists for no reason than just being a token. And that's why it appeals. Because it's even more actually appealing than useless if you think about it. Because, it just is a token. That's all it is. It's brilliant. There was another one called Worthless Token. Worthless. But it wasn't just about being financially worthless. So it doesn't really do anything, doesn't really achieve anything. But it's also, about this kind of modern day and age thing, right? Which is where, you're kind of taught you have to be a certain height, certain salary or certain amount of money to be useful, to be worth something, or worth value in society, right? And so worthless is about celebrating, fuck it, worthless. No need to be 6 foot tall. No need to have, no need to be earning, 10k a month. None of these are needed, right? It's worthless, right? So not only are you kind of worthless in the ecosystem, but it's also just a worthless token. Actually does nothing, right? And the website of Worthless is actually really cool, to be honest. It's got a kind of Windows 95 look about it, which obviously appeals to the millennial side of me. So, I find that these tokens gain attention. The way, as I said in my last video, the way in cryptocurrency to be mega rich is to invest in cryptocurrencies that gain attention. That's all you need in life is attention. Attention, attention, attention. How does Brad Pitt, get to be in the latest film, the latest blockbuster film? It's because he will have present attention, right? They're not going to get somebody who is an actor, maybe a great actor. They're not going to get an actor who is not relevant, not in the spotlight, not being talked about, not in a current film, not in a present series or something like that, right? Hollywood casts people who gain attention. They cast people who are relevant right now. They're gonna get views. They're gonna get people coming to the cinema, paying to watch the film. They only go for what has attention. They're not gonna go for some washed out actor, are they? So it's the same in cryptocurrency, right? You don't have to be worth something. You don't have to be complicated in nature. You don't need to have a load of value attached to what you could do. You could just be simple. You have to be a concept people can simply grasp. And I think that is the key thing. I mean, you can't really get more simple than fuck. Well, you can, but as far as one of the biggest success stories in simplistic terms is, Fartcoin is one of them. Because it really does nothing. I struggled to try and find a value in Fartcoin. I was like, even asking Colin, Colin, why is Fartcoin valued over $1 billion? She's like, don't know. Community is just big. That's what it is. And, I looked at the social engagement of Fartcoin, and it has got way more engagement, attention, mindshare than Ondo and all of those big cryptocurrencies. Right? And so, and that shows you it works. Attention works. Mindshare works. It doesn't really matter, if you're a cryptocurrency that gets talked about by Alex Becker, Altcoin Daily, and all that kind of thing, if you are simple to understand. And people are starting to rebel against those traditional types of coins. Right? Cryptocurrency is no longer a degenerative asset class like it used to be. It used to be full degen. Now it's not. Now it's legitimate. Now you've got the equivalent of stock market plays now. And people think they're going to get extremely rich from them. XRP. People think, XRP's going to get a $500. No, it's never going to get a $500, right? But people don't understand economics, right? They think a coin with a high market cap has a chance. It doesn't, right? And so, what the hell? How did he die? Where have I gone? What's happened? I crashed the game. Oh, I just died somehow. I glitched the game somehow. Why is Crypto Gamers farming all his followers and he starts selling after his show directly? I'm not gonna speculate on what Crypto Games is doing, to be honest. He, like me, is a YouTuber who looks for degenerate cryptocurrencies to invest in, right? And he will know when he wants to buy and sell, etc., right? At the end of the day, he needs to make money too. And you've got to kind of be of the mindset that he is going to be the one that makes the money, not you, right? Because he's the guy who found it. So why should everybody else make the money when he found it, That's what I would be thinking. But anyways, Crypto Games' birthday today. I was talking to him earlier today. So I won't say his age. He may not want me to say that. But I said happy birthday to him. So happy birthday, Crypto Games, publicly. But he and I were talking today about just the fact that there are just some great ideas out there right now. And even both of us, we have ideas. But, we're YouTubers. We're not people that have the time to create a Telegram account or create Twitter account and all that for a cryptocurrency, so we just stick to what we're good at. We're good at finding them. But even both of us, we were talking today about, we both have ideas. We just can't implement them. And I said to him, well, my way of capitalizing on my ideas is by investing in things that actually are what I'd invest in personally. You know, so fuck 9 to 5 would be something I would probably come up with myself. Right? Because it's simple in nature. It's about being degenerate. It's about investing in low-cap cryptocurrencies, making 100x gains, and getting out and being rich without having to play, without having to play the game for too long. So therefore, I invest in it. It works on me, so therefore it works for me. Right? So that's my tactic. Instead of actually trying to create my own coins, which I know I can't do, I'll just invest in coins that sound like what I would buy. What I would make myself. Or retire. Millennial. Perfect. Yeah, I was looking for a coin that kind of, you know, symbolise how I am here on this channel here. Because on this channel, I like to play retro games. Because I love that era. At night, or when I'm in my car, I listen to retro music, or I watch retro films. Right? Because I'm a millennial, and I love that millennial age. So everything that I've invested in is everything I personally would have bought out myself. Even ass, right? When I was invested in tits, I was actually thinking to myself, I kind of prefer ass, but there was no ass at the time, so I went with tits, right? But now there is an ass, and I think that ass has greater potential than tits did, because I think more people prefer ass than tits. And I think we're going to be seeing that in the market cap that ass gets to. Of course, we can't see that. Tits, right? What people don't realise is that, people are impatient, right? People right now are, you know, wanting for ass to be 500 million market cap now, right? Without waiting, you know, without, you know, having their patience tested, right? I brought tits to the attention of everybody on my YouTube channel in February last year, and it took till October to go to 500 million market cap, and it did it overnight. So you just have to wait for the right market conditions, for the money flow to be in, you know, meme coins, in Bitcoin and altcoins generally, and that's where you're going to get the ridiculous multipliers. Because think about it, even the coins that Murad's talking about right now, even they're not doing that brilliant. You know, SPX 900, 6900, that's not even doing that great right now. Why? Because the money's not there. So no matter what you're in, to be honest, right now, you know, you're not going to be making the big money, but you've just got to wait. But you've got to have conviction in what you've got. You've got to be looking at these coins and thinking, I love this coin. I don't need the market cap to be huge for me to stay in this coin. I don't need to be making 50% every day for me to stay interested in this coin. You've just got to have belief in it and think, I love this coin. I love being part of this coin. I love holding this coin. It's a pleasure to be in this community, regardless of what the coin price is doing. Anyway, let's have a look and see what you guys are saying. AIAF, gone. What the hell? Well, there we are. If that is gone, then that's a perfect example, right? Because I was told, anyway, about AIAF. It was bought out by a legit team and all this stuff. But actually, they just quit. Some teams just quit nowadays. It doesn't matter what. If they don't get a successful launch immediately, they just quit. And that's the reason why I love community cryptocurrencies, is because the community keeps the coin alive. Whereas if you have a cryptocurrency that is utility-minded, it's not dependent on community. That means if people sell out, that's kind of it for the coin. But I don't think AIAF is gone. Well, it shouldn't be anyway. Let's have a look at any other questiones. So why have you blocked me on X? I block people on X when they are either being annoying or overshelling something stupid, like taking one of my posts and then putting some shitcoin on it, which I'll probably detest. Yeah, that's why I block people on X usually. They normally do something that I consider is a no-no. Let's have a look. Or is a great project. No, it's not. Right? Or is a great project to those who like it. Right? I don't. So it's not a great project to me. Right? So, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, to be honest. But looking into it, I don't actually think it's that great at all. And it's too high a market cap for me to care about as well. Hold on a minute. Right. Oh, god damn. It's actually harder than I thought. Mr. 80 Simps. Love my millennials. Agree. I think about that all the time. I love being part of millennials and AWR. Happy to see Superman meme token is back at a great buy zone. Yeah, exactly. Crypto FOMO Degens. Yeah, I made the live stream on my 15-minute break. Thanks for everything, Superman. No problem. Super, do you believe that the top for low cap cryptos will now be between June and July, or will it be towards the end of the year? I've told you already. I believe that the cryptocurrency market is going to follow the 4-year cycle, which means that we should be seeing an towards the end of the year, if not end of the year end, right? Now, it may not actually be a 4-year cycle. It could be a 6-year cycle. It could be an 8-year cycle. Yeah, we could be seeing crypto as a landscape has changed somewhat, and you have to allow for that in the sense that, you know, you've now got ETFs which didn't exist before. Yeah, and that's added legitimacy to the game, whereas previously, you know, cryptocurrencies were seen as a pure degen risk asset. Whereas now it's kind of a legitimate asset, well, at least Bitcoin and Ethereum are, and as a result, you know, Solana potentially is as well. Right, so, you know, we may have a longer cycle this time, now that we've got TradFi getting into crypto. But we may not also, right? We can only go on what's happened before until we're proven wrong. And until we're proven wrong, which we haven't been yet, we can't really do otherwise, can we? Ah! So I personally think, until the thesis is proven wrong, that we are going to be having an end-of-year blowout. But that could change. Yeah, I don't know. I have to wait and see. But at this point, I don't care. Because I don't think the money has truly come in yet. We haven't had anything approaching a Euphoria season. All we've got right now is old money. Existing money. We haven't got the new money. The new money that comes in floods in every market. I mean, we've had a bit, don't get me wrong. We had it, you know, at the end of 2023, beginning of 2024. And we had a tiny bit at the beginning of 2025. But nothing major. You know, no Euphoria seasons. Nothing of that ilk yet. And I don't think that we need to be worrying at this point about market tops. Not at this point. I don't think so. But, yeah, you never know. But I'm just going to take the opportunities as they come. If I see a low cap gem, I'm going for it regardless. Right? But I think that we're in a perfect sweet spot at this point. In that we haven't got a Euphoria season right now. Jesus! This game is actually quite a hard game, isn't it? But I've never got past level 11, so let's see if I can do that right now. Whale, dead, whale, dead. What the fuck? Let me get that low cap gem right there in the middle. Na 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 na. Oh fuck! Right in the path of the guy. Very simple game, but actually quite difficult to play. Let's try that again. After regulations happen, do you see memes? I don't know. See, nothing is in stone. Alright? I said, back in 2019 or so, I said that, you know, we're probably going to start seeing in the next bull market, we're going to start seeing movements like the stock market. And yet Bitcoin has done innumerable X's since 2022. So you never know how it's going to go. You never know what's going to happen. You know, I certainly didn't foresee 4 years ago that we'd have a meme coin, you know, a meme coin explosion like we've had. We'd have the likes of Murad. We'd have a meme coin super cycle. But that's what we're having right now. It's happening. It's happening right in front of our eyes. Right? And you're part of it. I'm grateful. You guys are here to see this. You know, you're here to experience it. You know, you guys that were early in fuck 9 to 5 and all retire, millennials, and today, you know, low cap. I'm glad you guys are here to see this cycle and actually start to see very quickly the gains made from it. Because that's what we're in right now. What the hell? How do I get out of here? Shit! Oh no! I didn't think about this, did I? I'm dead! Well, no, I'm not dead. But I have to somehow get these guys. And I don't know how the hell I'm going to do that. Right. Can I jump on my bubbles? Oh, shit. No, I can't. What the hell? What am I supposed to do? Oh, hold on. No! No! There seems like there's a way. But I don't know how to... Hurry! Oh, at least there's a time limit. There's nothing I can do. Just gonna have to die. So, please help me with top 5 low cap meme coins. Jesus, I'm doing that all the time. There's loads. Right? There's loads. I came up with 3 already. Low cap, simple, and worthless. I don't know where they're going to go and how they're going to do. But all I can tell you is they're very simple in nature. And you can see why they would get attention. Because they're just, well, they are what they say they are. They're not trying to be anything overcomplicated, techie, or unsexy. Which is what most of the crypto market is right now. You know, DeFi is just not sexy. I mean, it's sexy if you want just a little bit of, you know, if you want some APY or whatever. But it's not really sexy. You don't feel passionate about it. You don't think, oh, I love this coin. I tell my friends about it. No, you don't. You just think, okay, I'm in this coin. Cool. That's it. Don't really think about it. Whereas these meme coins, they evoke some form of passion. Some form of visceral feeling. Some form of emotion. Excitement. Sexiness. I mean, you don't really get much sexier than ass, do you? Let's face it. Especially if you're an ass man anyway. Which I am. So, you know, these coins are just, they have an inherent sexiness. Right? Because they just gain your attention. Gain their attention, as that guy would say. I'm thinking about The Office, but I'm not going to say the line. The UK Office. And they're doing their office training. And they're doing these role plays. I'm not going to say what it is. Somebody put in the chat if you know what it is. But it's fucking funny. I think there's been a up there. Oh, too funny. But that sticks with you. No, I can't think of another line right now from The Office. I remember. And the whole point of that line was gain their attention. There we are. Makes perfect sense, does it not? That attention is the currency that a coin needs to have. Attention. It's got attention, then there we are. Hurry? What do you mean hurry? Oh, Jesus. Right, I've killed them. Can we move on? Quick, quick, quick. Right, there we are. So, do you think Aria and Leah can reach 500 million? I think so. I mean, look at what reached 1 billion. AIXBT. What a shit coin. I'm sorry, but AIXBT is such a shit coin. Who actually likes AIXBT? It does nothing cool. It's got no wow factor. Yeah, it does market analysis, market trends or shit. So what? Honestly, it doesn't wow me at all. I don't think to myself, I must buy this coin. Whereas Leah, definitely. Right? Aria, definitely. Like, I think that the reason why it's not a much bigger market cap is because people haven't seen Aria. Right? Look at Aria's, traffic on Twitch. Like a few hundred views, okay? That is not being seen by hundreds of thousands, right? If Aria was on Crypto Banter, boom. There we are. That would be an instant 30 million market cap, right? So it needs eyes, right? But as the market goes on, you know, the cryptocurrencies with the wow factor will stay around and eventually get more eyes on it and more influencers talking about it. So yeah, I do think that they can. Do I think they will? I don't know anything will. Come on. I mean, let's face it. If I thought that it definitely will, then I would put $1 million into it, right? What the hell? Nice. I like this. But you know, it's not. Nothing's ever a guarantee in crypto. The hell? This is cool. So it's not a case of will it, but can it? Yes. Omega Hellfuck 95, Meow, Okayami. I don't know some of those, but I definitely think fuck 9 to 5. Meow, I think I did get in that once, but I don't think so anymore. I think that ship has sailed. But, because I got into that, because I saw Alex Becker was in that, and I thought, yeah, I'd give that a try. But then, it didn't really do anything, and I don't care about it since. Skid, you know, I think both me and Crypto Games feel the same way about Skid. Like, they need to do well without us, right? If Skid can pump without, you know, being mentioned by us, then it's got potential. If it doesn't, then it's fucked. You know, it's done. That ship has sailed. Like, it may have been a cool concept at the time, you know, back in early 2024, but not now. Not when you got likes of Fartcoin ass. No. It's just weak now. Fuck! That bastard just came up upon me. I can't stop thinking about that office line now. It's just so funny. I mean, it's not funny if you think if you know what the line is. No, wrong way. There we go. That's the stuff. Yes, yes, sir. Right, let's have a look. Izzy is Matt Fury's dog. Okay, I don't care about any of these Matt Fury derivatives at all. Like, lots of people say, oh, his new book. I don't give a shit, right? I'm as far as I'm concerned, one of the lowest cap cryptocurrencies is Andy, and that's actually a main character in the whole, you know, Boys Club story. So why the fuck would I go for some no name? I wouldn't. It's a stupid idea, in my opinion, anyway. What a cool game, man. Simple but effective. That's what I like. It's like Mario, Sonic. Think about it. They're not like Call of Duty and GTA, big, fat, story-based games. No, they're simple games. That's why they were the best of their time. And now we're coming back to simple times. You know, because nobody likes the new era now. The modern world is dead, is fucked. Hate it. No one likes the modern world. Modern world's stuffed. Let's go back to an age of simplicity. Let's take cryptocurrencies to the next degen level. Fuck, too many ghosts. Too many men! That is a hockey term, by the way. I am a massive ice hockey fan. Right, let's have a look. Have you seen Stickman? Nah. Somebody did tell me about it, and I was thinking, nah, don't care. Soul Gem under 200k? Nah. Right, this is another thing, right? And this is this is actually helping a lot. How do you initially feel when you see the name, right? How does it make you feel when you see a certain coin name? When I saw low cap, I thought, yes, that makes sense. I love it. Simple. Does what it says on the tin. Low cap. That's what it is. Low cap coin. Simple. Fucking awesome, right? And fuck 9 to 5. Simple. As soon as I saw it, I was like, yes. Makes sense. It's not, but sometimes you need more than it making sense. You need to have a team that's committed. You need to have assurances that they're not just going to pump and dump the coin, right? That's what you need. You can't just get into a coin willy-nilly. You need to make sure that the team's active, socials are active, and all that. And if they're building the infrastructure, it's going to last, right? But if you've got the idea, then it's a home run, potentially, right? And with Fuck 9 to 5, that was exactly the case. Fuck. With Fuck 9 to 5, you have a committed team, great moderation, you know, constantly posting, constantly reaffirming the value proposition, right? It works. But it has to have it has to grab you emotion. It has to grab something. It has to, not necessarily, it has to grab you. Suppo pump our coin. Hard, all hail Suppoman. What's that? But I don't want to have too many coins. You've heard me in my last video, right? I want to have only a few coins, right? And at this point, I've got not many coins. You know, I've got All Retire, Ass, Fuck 9 to 5, Giga Chadette, Suppoman, Low Cap, Millennials. There we are. I mean, at this point, what's his name has tons. Murad, he's got tons of coins. He's got Retardio, SPX 6900, Giga Chad, and all that. He's got loads. Whiff. That he constantly talks about, right? So I think that, 10 is a maximum amount of meme coins. I don't want to have too many meme coins. So when people say, Suppo, find us another, no. I'm not going to just keep finding them, right? Has to make sense, and then I've got to be committed, right? And I pledge to be committed to these coins so long as they pledge to keep, as long as they pledge equally to keep producing content, to keep community building, then I'm all for it. And I'll continue talking about them. No talk about them for 2 minutes, and then once it's made money, I take my money out and then fuck off. No. I will commit to them till the money flow comes in, because that's where you've got, something like what happened with Tits. 200k to 500 million, right? But it also requires that the Suppoman community do their bit in terms of sell responsibly, right? If everybody sells at the top of the market cap, one person will get the top price and ruin it for everybody else, right? So everybody's got to sell responsibly. And then we've got and then like I said in the what the fuck? Like I said in the last video, the best result comes from everybody in the group doing what's best for themselves and the group. And that's our approach. That's the Suppoman approach. How many coins do you think is enough? I have close to 100 coins. Is that too much? Yeah. Of course it's too much. That's way too much. Yeah, you can't manage them all. Yeah, you want to be having really... you wanna be trying to get that down to the minimum. As little as you can. Whilst having as much exposure as you can. But 100's too much. I mean, I've got 300, but I've been doing it for 8 years, and 80% of them are dead or worthless. So I've accepted the fact that I've got millions of dollars in never to be realized gains of coins that I've invested in, didn't sell at the top, didn't sell at all, and they're just they're kind of gonna go nowhere really. I need one of these bubbles. Fuck! Missed all those fruits. Says SPX 6900. Well, look, if Murad has anything to do with it, he wants for SPX 6900 to be one of the first $100 billion coins. And the thing is that you can use the measurements of the previous market, of the previous bull market, as examples. So one of the examples would be, Shiba Inu got to a maximum market cap of $42 billion in the last bull market. So that has the potential to be a ceiling for a meme coin, right? But, that was in the last market. The previous market for Dogecoin, the previous market cap was probably 1 billion. And in the last market, it went to nearly 100 billion. In fact, I think it went to 91 billion, did Dogecoin. So, as more market participants enter into cryptocurrency, the ceiling increases, right? So next market, you're probably going to have a couple of cryptocurrencies that are 100 billion, and maybe one day a meme coin that goes to 1 trillion, right? You just don't know, right? No one knows. You can only try and make moves that you think will benefit your future, but no one knows. But right now, we've got the now. Right, and the now is there is lots of opportunities to be printing money, and I don't care about predictions right now. I don't care a lot about this do that. I think SPX 6900. If Murad is the number one, he's the Alex Becker of meme coins basically. Alex Becker is really, I don't really know what Alex Becker's USP is anymore. I think he's turned into a shitpost completely. A lot of his posts are garbage, nonsense. So, if Murad is the new Alex Becker, and he really pushes SPX 69, well, that's his main play, right? Then you have got the potential for that to be whatever, what was it? A 10 billion market. Yeah, I think that will happen. I think that could happen, yeah. Actually, I think that will. As long as we have, as I say, a, as long as we have, as I say, a kind of euphoria stage, a blow off top, and I think it will happen because, every single market cycle since 2013 has had a blow off top event, right? It always has the kind of 95, the final part of the market. Shit, there's new ones. What the hell? I thought I beat them all. Damn! I'll start again from the beginning. What was I saying? Yeah, so every single market for altcoins, it's like the general total 3, right? Every single market has always had a kind of, at the end of the market, a hockey stick movement, right? And that is that in the last 5% of the market cycle, or the bull market part of the cycle, is where you get 95% of the move. Okay? It's like the big euphoria blow off top. It just goes fucking nuts for 3 weeks, right? And although you've been waiting maybe 2 or 3 years for that moment, it all is over in like 3 weeks, right? And so that is when the most mental moves happen. And of course, if at that point Murad is very, very popular still, doing TikToks, doing YouTube, doing Twitter, then, that could easily hit. That could hit, just purely on the attention part of it. It could hit 10 billion. But I think that it would be much easier for Murad to make a $10 billion cryptocurrency if it was much more simple in nature. If Murad was actually, because Murad follows All Will Retire, I don't know if he actually holds All Will Retire, but if he does, and he actually started promoting that instead of SPX 6900, he would have a much easier time getting to a $10 billion cryptocurrency, because it's just way easier to understand. Like, if Murad, what you need, really, in an ideal world, is you need Murad's attention, you need Murad's audience size with my abilities. Then what you'll have is you'll have a cash machine and a cash printer, right? Because I've got the best picks and he's got the, I suppose he's got the followers. But even in this market, my picks have largely outperformed his. So, I think that Murad, if he had a little bit more brains, I think where Murad's coming from with SPX is that SPX is a good TradFi play, right? So, someone like Ass, he probably wouldn't feel so comfortable telling his TradFi mates about it because they'll be like, what? That's nonsense. What do you mean Ass? You can't invest. You can't expect a serious investor to like Ass. Right? Not and say, oh, in my portfolio I've got Ass. Right? So SPX 6900 kind of unlocks the degenerate spirit, but at the same time is also got a bit of TradFi appeal because it's SPX, right? It makes sense in that respect. But All Will Retire is a way better coin. Murad, if you're watching, watch my videos, honestly. Right? Get in on these coins early. It was thanks to Murad, I got into All Will Retire because I saw he was following it, and then I looked into it and I was like, fuck, this is great! Simple coin! Simple! All Will Retire, that's all it's about. Finding retirement in one single cryptocurrency. Beautiful! Love Suppo's coins, thoughts, mindset, this is by far my fave community. Lamido, a YouTuber, lives, eats and breathes Akami and Ryujin. Just shameless shills, but it's okay. As long as it's not too orphan. Na 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 na. Right. I think this game's alright, isn't it? It's not the best I've played. I prefer Paperboy a lot more. Is Aria a good buy in your opinion? I'm not answering that question, alright? I already told you, in the last few weeks I've spoken about Aria. I think it's a great cryptocurrency, but the entry point is that's your decision to make. Yeah, I can't come up with it for you. Sammy Turnpike, good to see you. When will you live stream with Ario? From who, me? I don't know, at some point. It seems pointless to do it at the moment because the money is very, very topsy-turvy in crypto. It's like 1 minute it looks like it's bullish, the next it looks like it kind of isn't. You know, like, crypto's still above 100k, which is, well, Bitcoin's still above 100k, which is net positive for the crypto market generally. But, you know, you see big red days still, right now. There's some big red days, some big drops, and... you know, there's no safety right now, right? So it's pointless doing something as special as a live stream with Aria, because when I did the same with Leah and with Colin, you know, particularly Aria, it kind of 10x straight away, right? And there's no point in doing such a special event when hardly anybody's watching and the money flow isn't that consistent either. So it will happen at a point that I deem to be the most effective, right? I like to shoot my shots when I'm going to have the biggest chance of hitting my target, yeah? I'm not going to shoot my shot while it's dark, right? While I can't see the target, because then you're just stupid, isn't it? That's reckless. You have to strike while the iron's hot. You have to go for it when you've got the most chance of making an impact. That's my attitude. Hope you fine, brother. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you very much, Sammy. Hey, Chucky. Why has nobody said that quote from The Office? Honestly, it's so fucking funny. It's just so brilliant. Ah, shit. I'm going to have to go very, very shortly. How long have I been on now? By the way, people, if you haven't already, do smash the like. More likes equals more community members. More community members means greater pumps. More attention. So, smash the likes up. Keep the likes straight. Keep the likes straight. Stay on the left. So I want to know from you guys, and I want you to be brutally honest with me. What's your favourite name? What is it? Is it ass? All retire? Fat 9 to 5? Low cap? Millennial? What's the name for you? What's the one that hits the spot for you? I'd be keen to know. Even worthless and simple. What do either of those do it for you? I'd be very, very interested to know what is, you know, what resonates with you. Let me know right now in the comments. I'm looking at the comments. Fat 9 to 5, all retire. All retire. Crypto Gates just bought worthless. What a legend. And this is an example, see? It's just a completely, like, it's got worthless, it's worthless in terms of utility. But who cares? That's the attention grabber. You know, it doesn't need to have value. That's the cool thing about it. It embraces not having to have value. That's cool. Makes sense. All the sense in the world, TBH. I wish I'd bought worthless. That would have been a buy, wouldn't it? Buying worthless. I should have bought like 5 Solana of worthless. Damn! But anyway, you can't win them all. What about J Proof? What the fuck is that? J Proof. It's a stupid name. Is that meant to be jail proof? Fuck! There we go. Best name or retire. Love the crypto retro. I'm really shockingly bad at Punch Out, so I'm probably not going to buy that. Omega X is awesome. But Omega X is a AI play rather than... But it's an attention-grabbing AI play. That's what I love about it. I've already said how... At this point, right now, I am getting a lot of meme coins. I'm getting not meme coins. I'm getting a lot of utility coins now put my way. And, you know, and you've got to be... And I am being very careful. So So one was put my way that's a security AI agent coin. And I'm like, security layer? This is shit. What a shit idea, right? Because I'm thinking to myself, we're in an attention-grabbing zone. Like, you got to gain attention, right? You got to be like something special now. You got to be like a, you know, what's it called? You got to be like, you know, Leo Colin, something that grabs attention. You know, something that's cool, or like Omega, that's like your first AI doctor, a first mover. But no longer do I want to get involved in boring coins, right? And so, you know, I'm being very selective of what I get into. Another coin that's been put past me is a gaming coin, and it's like 22 million in fully diluted value, and I'm like, what? Why? You've got Bloodloop at under $1 million. You've got like guns. You've got like Off the Grid at like 40 million. Like, why the fuck would I go for a 20 million? So I'm being very selective. I'm finding. You know, no, I'm no longer accepting these coins that are, you know, that are too high in market cap. It's just stupid. Fuck you, whale. Fuck. It's horrible, this level. It's like you gotta play it a little bit like Pac-Man. Damn! Fuck this. Right, done with that. So if I remember when you held off buying a Dash Master Node, look at it now. Let me have a look, actually. I'm just going to have a quick... Let's have a looky look. Hell? Yeah, so last I saw, I think Dash was like $30. Let me have a look and see how much Dash is now. Dash 23. So basically a masternode now costs 23 grand. Damn. That's ridiculous. What do you think about Moonbag? I don't like it. I think it's stupid, to be honest. Personally, it just doesn't do it for me, right? I invested in the coin earlier in the bull market, called Moonbag, and it absolutely wasted me. I thought it had a good chance of being the next Safe Moon, but it didn't. It didn't take off at all. It didn't have that appeal, and so I don't like it at all. I don't like Moonbag. I think it's a shit name, to be honest. And the other thing is, there's about a zillion Moonbags on Deck Screener as well. So it's like not even got it's not even a unique concept. So yeah, that's why I'm not really. I can't be asked with it. I think it's a bit stupid myself, but you know, I can understand though. It's still a better name than a lot of coins that I have seen. A lot of shit coins I've seen. I'm fucking sick of Bubble Bobble. I'm never gonna play this game again. I don't think. I don't know why this is... it's a simple game and quite fun, but I don't know why this is one of the best of all time. Like, I wouldn't go that far. I don't love it that much. What do I think about Mutiny? Dumb. Stupid game. Yeah, horse racing games are shocking anyway. The only one I'm actually interested in is probably ZK Race, if anything. I've made a lot of stupid investments in the bull market. I don't mean meme coins. My meme coins have probably been my best investments, to be honest. I've made some stupid investments. Like some coins that I thought was going to be like massive. Like, yeah, some coins, I'm not going to mention names, but some coins I got in private sale that I thought, oh, this has the potential to be massive, and it's not. It's just a big fat failure. You know, so I'm done with investing in utility coins. I think utility coins are so stupid. The money is not to be made in utility coins. It just isn't. Right, I think that's it. I'm not getting any more questiones, so I think I'm gonna make a move. So basically, long and short of it is that simple equals attention equals pumps. Right? Because the more simple it is, the more people will understand, be able to talk about it with friends, be able to explain the concept outside of, their friends group. You know, that's what the appeal is. You know, if you're at work and somebody says, "Oh, are you buying any cryptocurrencies?" And yeah, I'm like, I'm in a coin called fuck 9 to 5. As long as it's not your boss, obviously. And I'm like, "Oh, that sounds cool, right?" Or all will retire. That sounds cool. Ass. That sounds cool. If you say sort of like ZK swap, I'm like, okay. Weather looks nice. Or, just some boring coin, right? The more complex it is, the less attention it's going to get. The only attention these complex coins get are from, these having big VCs. These VCs having connections to YouTubers, to exchanges, to paid media outlets, right? And then the name gets out there. But actual, organic, natural, attention-grabbing, what's the word I'm looking for? Attention, I suppose. No, they don't get that, right? Because they're not interesting anymore. Meme coins are now where the opportunity is, the excitement is, the sexiness is, and the 100x gains. So, simple coins, bought at a low cap, just makes sense, doesn't it? Low cap, just makes sense. Bought at a low cap, and held till the money's there. That's how you make the gains. This is Michael Suppo reporting. Now, I've been the Suppoman. You have been amazing. It is lights out, all out.